はい、そういうわけでした。ではサリバン委員長へ。さあ、サリバン委員長、もしかして今ヨーロッパにいる。さあ、亡命してきたよ。さあ、もう。
us to bring minds together and experience to bear on problems that are no longer just the burden of one of those sectors. The things that need to be thought about to solutions and prescriptions are ones that are at the intersection of business and whether it is contributions that private sector organizations can make to combat climate change, whether
in a Dutch newspaper actually make the point that we do lack resources.
もしかしてさあ、田中信委員長さもうさあ、今よもう今海外にいるよ。さあ、亡命中
It's not enough. We need much more effort to introduce new technologies about renewables or carbon-related technologies, efficiency in a difficult sector, in the industry, and new regulations. So we need really one of the areas which IA focused on is hydrogen. Hydrogen can be used to store electricity generated by wind or solar, which is very volatile and storage is the key element. So battery may not necessarily be enough. So hydrogen can be used. And also hydrogen
もしかして今ヨーロッパにいる。さあ、ヨーロッパパンク状態になってるさ。ああ、なるほどさ、今亡命。コンサバティブね。ああ、これは上場株式。あ、これは上場株式。経済政策と。ああ、この方今。さあ、ストックホルムさあ、さあ、スウェーデンに今、亡命中です。今し、私も実はなんであの人たちしてるのさあ、ああ、亡命さあ、中国でもささあ、俺でさあ、トランプさんなんで選ぶの？ああ、出入国。さあ、分かったらさ、もうアメリカに危ないから気をつけろって。さあ。
Hello, I'm Megan O'Sullivan. I am the new
これまで上場
North
株
America Group of the Trilateral
悪
Commission.
戦争とか
I wanted to take this opportunity to say a few words about the Commission
Most.
and about our future. As you may know, the
Oh,
Trilateral
no,
Commission is a
it's-
storied institution, an organization with 46 years of history of having an impact on big ideas, on bringing people together across different sectors and across 3 different geographies, that of North America, Europe, and Asia. But we are on the cusp of a new chapter, one that builds on that
取締役
history,
委員長も
really reorients
あ
ourselves
今だったら日本の代表いない
to make an impact in a very, very different
あ
way.
もうおか
And
し
the
いも
reason
う
why I have such confidence that the Commission can remake itself is because there is a need and the Commission is well suited to meet
本
that.
物だった
And
さあ
that
本
need is
物
quite
だ
simply that in this day and age, in these political landscapes, the need is simply for more organizations, more individuals, more entities to take up the mantle of defending a rules-based order, an order that values and is committed to democratic principles, ideas like free trade and human rights. And we also have a need for more ideas to help us tackle new challenges, or certainly challenges that are new to this generation. And there are many reasons why I think the Trilateral Organization is so well poised to meet this need. First and foremost, we are an organization that at its heart is a community of countries that share a common set of values, that share these commitments to these ideas about democracy, about free markets, about the rule of law. And secondly, we have a membership that spans policy, business, and academia and media. And that allows us to bring minds together and experience to bear on problems that are no longer just the purview of one of those sectors. The things that need to be thought about today and where we need new solutions and prescriptions are ones that are at the intersection of business and policy, whether it is the contributions that private sector organizations can make to combating climate change, whether it is figuring out the ideas that will drive the reform of capitalism, or whether it is understanding the impact of technology on our systems. All of these things need business, government, and others at the table to help with. Now, of course, to realize this potential for the Trilateral Organization to meet this need, we are going to have to do some things differently than we have in the past. First and foremost, we are going to have to recognize, as a group primarily of democracies, we need to spend some time looking at ourselves, looking internally, saying what's happening with our own institutions, what is the health of our own institutions, and how is that situation affecting our ability to cooperate across national lines and deliver global problems to pressing global solutions. So we're spending more time talking about things like populism and the impact of technology on our own societies. Secondly, we've got to think about impact differently. Traditionally, we're an organization that has had impact based on the very nature of our relationships. We're an organization of people who have close ties to national governments, and often the ideas that we debate in private inform our own perspectives and inform our discussions and deliberations and conversations with people in positions of power. That will still be true, but today we need to think about having an impact on the broader debate. We no longer live in a world where governments are the only ones that can influence the future. In fact, increasingly, we have to think about other entities as being the real engines of change, and be that corporations or universities or even individuals. We need to think about
思い出したバットマンのダークナイトの作品にはさあ香港のねさあオーペシオンがさアメリカがさ中国にあの場面分かったそういうことかセーバールも
So
さ
in short, it's a really exciting time to be part of the Trilateral Commission. I'm deeply honored to be the new chair of the North America Group, and I look forward to working with all our members and my colleagues from other regions to realize this vision. Thank you.
And thirdly, we have to integrate our organization more. I think that is a story the average European citizen will understand. Every poll is showing
The low carbon economy
もう田中信さん今ここに今滞在さあもう亡命してきたんやさ
new technologies, new regulations, new
ああ、ヨーロッパにいるんや彼。
IEA, International Energy Agency, assessed the current effort is not enough.
フランスにいるんです
Much more efforts to introduce new technologies about renewables or carbon-related technology efficiency in a difficult sector in the industry and new regulations.
ああ、田中の
You've just watched a
トイシェット委員長。トイシェット委員長。
different ways to their respective countries.
トイシェット委員長。IFPI メンツです。
I wholeheartedly disagree that politicians in Germany try to explain this to their electorate. They didn't do this at all in this election campaign. It was a non-issue, a non-topic, which was, I regretted that very much. It was painful to watch. But what I wanted to make, what I think is the devil kind of in everything, or kind of the elephant in the room here, is that it is pretty difficult to convince the public that this is all leading to, I don't know, progress if the things that we do actually don't make such a difference when looking at the real hard questions. So, for example, I think what's really sticking with people is Afghanistan, the evacuation, the Europeans that are unable to evacuate their own people, this complete dependency on the United States capabilities. I think that's what shows the narrative. What shows the narrative is that the EU Mali soldiers that we had trained and equipped kind of
バットマン作品やさ、ダークナイトでもさ、ダークナイト作品でもさ、ダークナイト作品でもさ、さあ、香港のね、大手
ridicule what we do within Operation Irini, and that kind of
もう分かりたいです。ああ、
not what we should do actually, and that it's kind of a waste of resources. That's what I heard from the military here. And then look at the Pascal projects. I mean, some of them, like military mobility, are really great, but I mean, there is still this diving, for example. How can I explain the audience out there that there are huge threats? But my answer, what is the Pascal project, is a diving. So I think that really takes some courage from the politicians to do. And I think the trick is, and I mean, I'm preaching to the converted here, and I know this, but I mean, we need to start doing things that actually make a difference when it really matters.
そう、トイレットに。はい。
What has just been discussed is the issue of political will, because how can we explain something
さあ、
that
亡命してきてるんやさ。
So this actually combines two questions by Laura van Schonewald and Jan Scholte. And the question is to all of the panelists, do you see any opportunity to that the lack of political will can be overcome in the nearby future? Or will it be the case that more neutral and non-aligned states prevent this from happening? And how can we convince them to contribute more and invest more in defense investments?
Okay, that's a good one. Now, quiet was the last round. Something is what's coming to you first, because I know that you sit there in working groups and we haven't touched the public yet, with countries, some of which have defense opt-outs, like Denmark, and some of them are very much attached to neutrality.
おー、ああいうものが
You still have to reach agreements with them, and you want to
メーガン・サリバンさん。さあ、ヨーロッパに100万も行って、あれはまだ。 俺もでした本当に。びっくりしたさ。びっくりしたよ。びっくりした。ああ、いいな。
Hello, I'm Megan O'Sullivan. I am the new chair of the North America Group of the Trilateral Commission. I wanted to take this opportunity to say a few words about the Commission and about our future. As you may know, the Trilateral Commission is a storied institution, an organization with 46 years of history of having an impact on big ideas, on bringing people together across different sectors and across 3 different geographies. geographies, that of North America, Europe, and Asia. But we are on the cusp of a new chapter, one that builds on that history, but really reorients ourselves and puts us in a position to make an impact in a very, very different world. And the reason why I have such confidence that the Commission can remake itself is because there is a need, and the Commission is well suited to meet that need. And that need is quite simply that in this day and age, in these political landscapes, the need is simply for more organizations, more individuals, more entities to take up the mantle of defending a rules-based order, an order that values and is committed to democratic principles, ideas like free trade and human rights. And we also have a need for more ideas to help us tackle new challenges, or certainly challenges that are new to this generation. And there are many reasons why I think the Trilateral Organization is so well poised to participate. First and foremost, we are an organization that at its heart is a community of countries that share a common set of values, that share these commitments to these ideas about democracy, about human rights, about the rule of law. And secondly, we have a membership that spans policy, business, and academia, that allows us to bring minds together and experience to bear on problems that are no longer just the purview of one of those sectors. And this relates to being thought about today by Laura Oosthuis, problems that are at the intersection of business and policy, whether it is contributions that private sector organizations can make to combating climate change, whether it is figuring out the ideas that will drive the reform of capitalism, or whether it is understanding the impact of technology on our systems. All of these things need business, government, and others at the table to help with. Now, of course, to realize this potential for the Trilateral Organization to meet this need, we are going to have to do some things differently than we have in the past. First and foremost, we are going to have to recognize, as a group primarily of democracies, we need to spend some time looking at ourselves, looking internally, saying what's happening with our own institutions, what is the health of our own institutions, and how is that situation affecting our ability to deliver global outcomes to press like global. So we're spending more time talking about things like populism and the impact of technology on our own societies. Secondly, we've got to think about impact differently. Traditionally, we're an organization that has had impact based on the very nature of our relationships. We're an organization of people who have close ties to national governments, and often the ideas that we debate in private inform our own perspectives and inform our discussions and deliberations and conversations with people in positions of power. That will still be true, but today we need to think about having an impact on the broader debate. We no longer live in a world where governments are the only ones that can influence the future. In fact, increasingly, we have to think about other entities as being the real engines of change, and be that corporations or universities or even individuals. We need to think about how to shape the conversation, how to bring those groups in, to have investment in and commitment to solutions, and we need to move ahead whether or not we're able to get our governments to agree with our prescriptions and recommendations. So in short, it's a really exciting time to be part of the Trilateral Commission. I'm deeply honored to be the new chair of the North American Group, and I look forward to working with all our members and my colleagues from other regions to realize this vision. Thank you.
There was a meeting of ministers of defense that really, and even with countries like Ireland and Austria, were realizing, yes, indeed, where
The role of political parties
in a
in
crisis
the political
operate as
processes
an EU.
of
Because
countries
at present,
has been
if you look
always
at our
to
military headquarters that we want to expand,
demands
it's
of society.
49
And
planets.
second, to
We can't do an
organize
operation
the process of
in
political
securing an
competition to
airport.
mobilize the
We don't
population
have enough
for access to power.
strategic
The
airlift,
first
but we
objective,
have,
the one of
there are some
intermediation, has
new
been
projects
badly
on
eroded
strategic
by
airlift, and
technology,
those
by the social
this
media, because
strategic
people have
transfer
direct
was
access
indeed
to
used
the
by
politicians, to
European
society in general, to demand,
the
to make their demands
so
directly
if
to
we put
the
indeed
people.
our resources and political will
However,
together,
nothing has replaced the means to
And of
access
course, it
to
was
power.
heartening, as another
And
speaker said, that
the
in the
problem that
multi-annual
societies
financial framework,
in the
money was
world
actually
all
given
over
to
are
more
facing these
commission
days
level, right,
have
to
to
the
do
EDF, that there's now
essentially with the
EU
fact
money, not only
that
national money.
governments have been
Jana, you already
performed
Could have been
well.
more. It
So
could have been
I
more.
It could have been more.
I think
problems with
Talking
political
about
parties.
one of
But
there
the
are way
lack
too many
of
member
ability
states,
of
and
governments
the
to
Netherlands was
deliver
one of them that
in poor
wanted to
conditions.
have less
Governments have
money
been
for the EU
unable to
budget.
deliver for
Yeah,
very obvious
because that is
reasons.
the harsh
First of all,
reality of the
because
finance
it's much more
ministers who
difficult to
eventually
govern
start
in the
squeezing
era
and,
of
you know, and to
ubiquitous
cut somewhere.
information.
Jana, is that,
Because
well,
governments
you already
no longer
mentioned the
have
coalition
control
talks
of
and
these sources of
the willingness to
information
spend.
because
Do
they compete
you have
for
also an
information and
opinion
for
on the what
communications with
COVID
the people
means
in
for that?
general.
The amounts
So
of
the
money
real
that
problem
are
is
going
not
to these
political parties.
prepared
The
or
real problem
payments
is
also to
that
keep the industry
societies
and
in the world
businesses afloat.
are lacking
Yeah, I think this will be
It's
a
interesting to
very
watch that
difficult
there are
question
few
for the
governments in the
EU
world
to
that
take
know
on,
how
and
to
there
govern
is
and have
a
succeeded in maintaining
precedent to
the
this
legitimacy
because
of their
actually when we
systems.
look at the
And in those
financial
countries, the
crisis
political parties are not
and the
concentrated.
aftermath of it,
So the real issue
we saw
for the
what
people
not to do
involved
now because
is to
back
create
then
conditions
in the financial
for
crisis, every
people to
single
have
EU
access
country
to
has
the political
made some
process without
substantive
undermining the
cuts,
legitimacy of those
but they were not
societies. And that's not
coordinated.
something
And
easy to
what was
accomplish.
the result
It'll
was,
take
as my
a
former
dramatic
colleague Christian Mölling always
effort
used
of
to say,
leadership, but not
bonsai
necessarily from
armies
politicians.
in Europe,
It will take
27
an
European
enormous
bonsai
effort
armies.
of
And I think
society
he has a point. And so
create new forms
that's,
of
I think,
participation
what needs to be avoided
within
now. So if
which
there are
the
cuts
political parties
that
will
need to
always
be
be important.
made, maybe
The political
can
parties, however,
coordinate them
are fragmented
better.
and responding to
That is, I think, a lesson we should absolutely take. And the other
they are
thing
not
is
likely to
maybe
be
that
the ones to
also
lead this
we should
process.
maybe
One
look at
ought to
this
look only at
related
the
to
election
other
in the
debates right now in
United
Europe. For
Kingdom a
example,
few
the
weeks
question
ago
about
to
the
realize
Stability
that
and
this is
Growth
likely
Pact and whether
what is
we
likely
make
to
it
happen.
possible
They're in the
for
Brexit
member
Winning
party,
it,
states
Panda.
to
looking for power, it's
take
just
on more
looking for
debt,
an issue.
or whether
Was the
we
one who
think of, for
succeeded.
example,
So
the
the
EU
citizens around the
next gen
world are going to
as
have
a
to be
role
much more
model
responsible
for
to
kind
create
of
conditions
joint
for
investment in the
accessing
future.
power
So
and
I
for
think it
making it
doesn't
possible for
help us if we
stability and
treat this
legitimacy
question
to
in
be
isolation, but I
これを
mean,
載せ
money
よ
needs
ク
to
リーン
come
ゲール
somewhere. And some people are pushing for the idea to allow more flexibility in order to give more leeway for countries, also to invest in defense.
The best way for companies to surf the digital revolution is to build trust with their customers and to build trust with their employees. One of the ways in which companies can do that is to have frank conversations with the workforce, to sit down with workers and their unions and to say, look, here's the challenges that we're facing. But importantly to ask them, how can we best get there? Because all too often, a lot of the solutions that a company can put in place that will make a real difference, the employees know the answer to that.
Education and security in the neighborhood. Also in the list, defense ends up number 6, 7, 8, or 9. So we have to be careful with drawing conclusions from that. But I want to make 2 points on the issue of the future of defense budgets, because there is a tendency, I think, to look back at what happened in 2008 to 2010, because 5 following years,
challenges
and the danger of repeating this in 2020. But I think the situation is completely different now.
Take a little longer, yes, of
The
course,
argument already mentioned by Jana is
once you
first
get
that
it,
we have extremely
then
low rent,
they
so
will stick
spending
around
at the moment
for longer,
is more the motto
and you will
than
get
cutting
greater ownership,
on government spending.
and therefore
you see that across Europe, you see
tend
that
to
the
have
European
more effective
investment bank and
solutions.
the European
The other way
all these
is that,
institutions doing
of
the
course,
same, and you see it in a lot of national governments
unilateralism
as well. So the danger is from that
is
perspective
always
not less
about
financially driven
stronger
than it was 10
in
or
a
12 years
bilateral
ago. The
relationship.
second thing I think is that in 2010,
And therefore, by going
Western
multilateral,
European leaders
what you
didn't
do
bother
is
a
you
lot about
balance,
security.
and
We have had Georgia in
count.
2010, that was far
Of course, you
away,
always have
nothing serious.
the bigger
Since then
countries
we have had the Crimea, we have
speak
the
louder,
Islamic
but
State, the rise of China, Russia
the
going on
differences
with its
are
assertive,
less,
say, diplomatic
and
behavior
also
in the Crimea
needs
and surrounding
of the
areas,
smaller
Donbass and
countries,
so forth.
the
So
needs
there is
of
an
the
awareness that
developing
security
countries,
has become
the
way
needs
more
of the
important than it
groups
was around
in
2010.
society that
That
are
also
left
makes me
behind,
a bit more optimistic that not
then
only from the
they
financial
are
side, but also
much
from the
better
political
addressed
side,
by
there is more willingness now
multilateral
to have a
approach.
sustained
So
increase
yes,
in defense budget. Now it will
today
never be what
we
defense
need
ministers want,
multilateral more than ever
because they
before.
always want more, and the military always want more. So in the end, you have to bring it in balance with the other governments, the spending also at the European level, same problem.
and I'd like to find out the chance to
はい、というわけでした。
specific panelists.
Well, this is a question on EU and NATO, which is something we haven't touched upon yet in Q&A, so I thought that would be good.
まあそういうわけでした、皆さん。
We talked about the
こちらはね、
EU and NATO, but there is also
すいませんね、ちょっと。
a difference between how we approach things in NATO and how we approach things in EU, and this relates to a question of Hugo Klein. NATO's decision making is consensual, and in NATO we do not talk about the need to arm.
すいませんね、これ、グリーンゲール期間ですね。暗くてすみませんね、申し訳ない。こういうことでした。私、木本に言いますね。滋賀県側の情報は嘘っぱちです。そう、偽情報を出して俺の亡命阻止してた。そういうことでした。今ここにいますよ。日本政府、嘘っぱちの情報を出してました。騙されないでください。そういうことでした。もうそう教えようか、そう、叶えでした。叶えて。ということでした。これがね、第2のビルダーバーグと言われたフリンゲール機関です。これがビルダーバーグ会議ですね。そういうわけでした。
military operations in which member states provide military, in which they decide together, like I said, unanimously, but possibly in the future also coalitions of the willing. So that will be my short response. And in terms of
Technology
division
is
of
not a
labor,
threat to democracy. I believe that technology can enable our democratic principles of freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, and really freedom of information so that we can make smart decisions about
こういうことでした。以上。